Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. It's your boy, World of Wrestling, here today to discuss about the WWE Survivor Series 2024 review. My overall thoughts on this episode, this pay-per-view, was actually, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it for what it was. It had some boring moments. It had some good moments. Both the women and the men's WarGames matches were excellent, very enjoyable stuff. I didn't really have any problems with the WarGames matches. I think that the Triple Threat Intercontinental Championship match was good. I think the World Championship match was excellent, actually, based on the way how it was done. Gunther got through his issues. I like the fact that he attacked Finn Balor when Finn Balor interrupted the match near the end, and he didn't want the help from Finn Balor, which shows that he's a true champion and gives him a lot of credibility in my book. So I really like that. I kind of see that Gunther might be turning into a babyface than a heel. But I did enjoy watching what I saw here tonight. The only match that I thought was kind of lackluster is the United States Championship match. Not to mention, it was a little bit of surprise, but not so much. I did mention in my SmackDown review yesterday that don't be surprised if Shinsuke Nakamura actually wins. But then again, it was his second match, coming back from a hiatus. And for him to win would be a little bit kind of early in my book. But LA Knight really doesn't need to be the United States champion at this point. He needs to move up into the main event scene where he was in 2023, and he needs to start doing some things there in that division and eventually become a world champion at some point. I could see maybe LA Knight winning the Royal Rumble, facing Gunther for the world title. That's an option. And have him lose to Gunther. But overall, this was a very solid, entertaining show. So let's go through it. The women's WarGames match was a 4 out of 5 stars in my book. Rhea Ripley's team actually wins this match. It was a back and forth matchup. It was very close, actually, the way they booked this match to be. So it wasn't one-sided in any way. So in my personal opinion, I think that this match it could have gone either way. Liv Morgan's team could have won this match. Any side really could have won this match. But we were fortunate enough that Rhea Ripley's team gets the win. Rhea Ripley gets the revenge on Liv Morgan by reptiling her through the table and picking up the W. So she ends up getting that victory. And again, this is a 4 out of 5 star match. Next, we had LA Knight and Shinsuke Nakamura. And like I mentioned before, lackluster matchup. Didn't really pay a whole lot of attention to this match. Didn't really care for this match too much either. The way it came across to me, it was kind of just last minute throw together type of shit for LA Knight. LA Knight's run with the US Championship it was promising, but it ended up turning into a fail in my personal opinion. I don't think it was particularly him that was the problem. I think it was creative. Creative was all over the place on other important storylines that were taking place. And his run as U.S. champion, I think, just got lost in the shuffle. I think this is a promising situation. It's not really a negative. I think it's more of a benefit to LA Knight. Since LA Knight has held on to this U.S. championship, he hasn't done a whole lot of anything. I think the U.S. championship was actually beneath him based on the momentum he had and the liking towards the crowd that he got. I think this was something that wasn't necessary at all. And I think that LA Knight has bigger and better things ahead of him that he could do with his career than being a U.S. champion and kind of being lost in the shuffle, because I don't think the U.S. title is really that big of an importance to the WWE creative right now for some strange reason. I don't know why. It is like the Intercontinental title. The Intercontinental title is getting all kinds of creative ideas taking place throughout this entire year so far, leading into 2025. They have been doing a magnificent job on that. But the U.S. Championship has been like forgotten about. So I'm not too keen on the U.S. Championship right now either, based on what they've been doing. But overall, this was it was not the best match in the world. I don't think LA Knight and Shinsuke Nakamura were a great pairing in my personal opinion. Maybe others might disagree. Then again, I didn't pay too much attention to this match so much. But it was a fairly okay match. I'm not going to shit all over it. I'd say it's a 3 out of 5 stars, and that's about it. Shinsuke Nakamura ends up getting the victory and getting the win. We move on to the triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. Intercontinental Championship match was superb. These three men worked very well together. They were beating the shit out of one another, and each one had their moments where they could have won, and Braun Breaker ends up retaining the title altogether. But yeah, I thought that Braun Breaker's run as IC champion, I think, has been fantastic so far. Outside of the loss that he suffered with Jey Uso, but I think that was just to enhance the storyline with the bloodline portion of things, and that's basically it. This match I'm going to give a 4 out of 5 stars, most definitely, without question. Next up, we had the World Heavyweight Championship match. The World Heavyweight Championship match was a good match. Damian Priest looked like he had a shot at winning this match. Gunther, though, found an opening, managed to hurt the arm of Damian Priest, and took full-fledged advantage of it. And then on top of it, Gunther ends up going ahead and getting the victory through the injury. Damian Priest was unable to perform his finishing maneuver and everything that held him back. And not to mention Finn Balor interrupting in this match, which we're reverting back to those two going at it one-on-one, which makes sense. One and done, I don't think, is really the necessary thing that's going to occur. I think these two might even face each other at WrestleMania. I think that might happen. I think Finn Balor is going to get the victory here. They're going to face each other at Saturday night's main event. That's where I think this is all going to take place for their second face-to-face matchup. Then at another point in time, they're going to go to the WrestleMania. I think they're going to face each other inside the Royal Rumble match, and one's going to eliminate the other type of deal. And then we're going to see these two face each other for the final time at WrestleMania. I think that's the course that we're going to go here with these two. That's where I kind of see it going. I don't see Damian Priest having anything important to do leading into WrestleMania. Finn Balor could really use an opponent like Damian Priest for a WrestleMania match. It all works out in the end. I think it's a good fit. I think it works fine. And I think it does the job. So I say Finn Balor, Damian Priest, WrestleMania. Match number 2, though, occurs at Saturday night's main event. Finn Balor gets the W, gets the victory, walks out the winner. And then the final showdown at WrestleMania, Damian Priest will get revenge and get the victory, move on, and try to get his quest towards the world title one more time. That's the way I kind of see it and how it's going to go. Match itself, again, 4 out of 5 stars. Fun match. Well done, put together matchup. I really didn't have any issues with this match at all. And then we had the main event for the WarGames between the original Bloodline and the new Bloodline, with CM Punk on the original Bloodline side. This was a great match. I loved the story they were trying to tell between CM Punk and Roman Reigns. These two, at the end of this, once they won the match, they seemed to me like they kind of were... They're hinting a match between the two, but at the same time, they kind of have respect for one another at this point. I think this is going to lead to a situation where CM Punk is going to be going one-on-one with Roman Reigns to determine a number one contender for a championship match. That's kind of where I'm seeing this going. There was also another thing that occurred at the end of the match. When Punk came out of the cage, Paul Heyman and him gave each other a hug. Paul Heyman said, "I love you, you're the best in the world," yada, yada, yada. And CM Punk said, "I did you a favor, now you're going to do me a favor when I need it." And he goes, "You got it." That favor we still don't know. We were told during that face-to-face confrontation between the two that Heyman said, "Don't worry about it. I'll tell you what that is after Survivor Series is over and done with." But nothing was said. Nothing was brought up after the match. There was no Rock, no nothing, no surprises. Everything was left to be on its own and left alone. Where they're going with The Rock in this situation, I have no idea. I don't know where they're going to go with The Rock. Honestly, I see The Rock challenging Cody Rhodes at the Royal Rumble for the Undisputed Championship, and Cody just retaining the title. Roman being in the Royal Rumble match itself, and The Rock screwing Roman Reigns out of this opportunity to challenge for the world title. That's kind of where I see this going. That's what I think is going to happen. So yeah, I think Roman is going to get screwed by The Rock at the Royal Rumble match itself, and Rock and Roman will be taking place at WrestleMania. And that's how I think this is all going to unfold. That's the way I think it should unfold anyway. But yeah, this main event match, good solid action. The new Bloodline to me seems like it's fading away. I'm not really a huge fan of this new Bloodline. This new Bloodline does not seem like they're a priority. They're more of a build towards a mega story here. They're not really of any kind of importance. They're not looked at as something that's going to become main event material. They're only main event material on account of the fact that they're intertwined with Roman Reigns and his group. That's just the way I see that. But the match itself was a 4 out of 5 stars. Another 4 out of 5 star match. Good matchup. Good action. Bronson Reed did well. Jacob Fatu is good. Both of those guys are excellent from this group. But nothing really of importance by the rest of the Bloodline that I enjoyed. The Tongas, I don't even care for them personally. I think they're whatever. I'm not even a fan of theirs right now. They were good in New Japan. Since they came to the WWE, they have not been anywhere near what they used to be. I mean, they are fucking gone beyond recognition of what they used to be. But that's just my opinion, guys. I don't know what you guys think. I think this was a very decent, entertaining 3-hour pay-per-view that I enjoyed sitting back and watching and just taking my time and just being entertained by this. And that's pretty much it, guys. So at this time, you know what to do. Hit the like button if you liked the video. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel. Leave a comment down below. I'll definitely get back to you on that. Thank you guys very much for watching, and have a great night, guys.